Hi, boys and girls. Today in your EL notebook, we will be working on page 29, writing about the solution and the conclusion for water everywhere. Before you begin, watch me as I model my solution writing for my story about the school in Brazil. Remember, your school is in Bangladesh, so do not copy exactly what I have here. Information about the solution. So they solved this problem by building a new school. The new school has solar panels, computers, and the internet. Now all students can stay in their village and go to school. You at home are going to write about how was the school saved in Bangladesh? What did they do to solve the problem that students couldn't get to school because of the water? If you need to, go back into your Nearpod and re-listen to the page that I read to you. So let's think, how can we start our sentence? Well, that is one thing you can definitely use from my model. Let's highlight the sentence starter that you can use. So they solved this problem by. You can use that sentence starter and then tell me how they solved the problem. So in your notebook, on the solution part, the blank space where you are going to write, you can write my sentence starter. So they solved this problem by, and tell me, how did they solve the problem? Remember, you're not done once you finish copying this. You have to write how they solved the problem in the school in Bangladesh. What did they do? Before you continue writing, it's important that you say your sentence out loud. By saying your sentence out loud, you will make sure that your sentence makes sense. After you're done writing your solution, make sure you reread your sentence to make sure it makes sense. Sometimes when we write, we have so many thoughts going on in our head. But when we take a pause and we reread our writing, we can see if we made any mistakes. Once you are done writing the solution, you want to write about the conclusion. Now remember, a conclusion reminds the reader of the topic. And the topic is about the schools, that it was difficult and hard for the students to get to school. So your conclusion statement can be very similar to mine because both of our schools were destroyed. So your conclusion statement can say something like this. That is how they solved their problem. That's an example of what you can write for your conclusion statement. So remember, you are writing about the solution. You could use my sentence starter here, but make sure you put the problem that happened to the school and water everywhere. And then your conclusion statement can look very similar to my two that I just modeled to you. This is all being done on page 29 in your EL notebook. If you do not have a notebook, make sure you are writing this on a piece of paper. And make sure you're keeping all your paper together because on Monday, we're going to turn all of these sentences into one long paragraph. You will also rewrite this on your Nearpod.